everybody. It's Half Hour Horror with me, Aaron McClain, and my co-host as usual. Oh, hey, it's Chase. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, I am doing great. Hope you've had a great week so far.
Woo, I just got back from New York. I was filming out there. It was bonkers. We had a good time, but I'm going to talk about that in a second because we got a guest here with us. We are doing an actor spotlight today with David Tomlinson. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on.
You were in one of our favorites of the year, which was Silent Night, Deadly Night, the reboot. That became like the movie of our podcast. We were repping that. We had Blitz Berlin on, who did the music. I mean, we had the director on. We're having cast on. Like, we repped that movie so hard. I was so glad that it was good. I was really worried because we were stoked and we were having all these guests from the movie on, and it was solid. That was a payoff, and we're happy to have you here. Working on Silent Night, Deadly Night. Good experience. Was it cold? What was that like?
It's cold as hell.
Where did you guys film?
Winnipeg, Canada.
Ooh, brutal cold.
It's like similar to Minnesota.
That sounds really cold. We were in. I was filming in Boston a few weeks ago, and it got down to like 3 degrees the last week, and that was not fun. And I bet it was like that quite a bit of the time.
What were you working on, like a film or?
I'm a VFX supervisor for television, and I'm the VFX supervisor for the Walking Dead series. So all the spinoffs and things like that. So I did. I'm working on Dead City season 3 right now, and we filmed. Even though it takes place in New York, we film in Boston.
Right. It's usually how it goes. It's never right in the same area.
No, we went out to New York for 1 week, and this last week. I just got back. We were in New York, and I was telling Chase, you go to New York, and it's one of the rare times that you don't feel special. Like when you go to a town like Worcester, they let you shut the street down. Everybody's like, oh, they're making a movie. In New York, they're like, get in my way. And they will just walk through your set. You can't tell anybody anything. You can't lock down anything. We just had looky-loos like standing behind the monitors watching, like people just walking up to the cameras. And you're just like, what is going on here? You are the nuisance. You feel so out of place filming in New York. And there's characters. You got Radio Man. There's this guy who just like a paparazzi guy just taking pictures right in the actors' faces. You're like, this is wild. I'm glad we don't do this nonstop. It was really fun for a couple of days, but
pretty used to it, right? Like they're probably used to all this movie and stuff.
All the time, right? Yeah. I mean, that just has to be like they see enough weird stuff all day. Somebody making a movie isn't special. They see cameras running around doing stuff. I mean, heck, they film all those SVUs, the Law and Orders there. They're used to it. It was crazy though. So getting to work on like Silent Night, Deadly Night, was that your first like foray into horror movies, or had you done any other horror so far?
Yeah, I would say it was my first. Yeah, it was my first really, really big role when it comes to horror, I guess. Well, it's my first kind of big movie role, I guess you could say. Before that, I've been doing a lot of mainly TV. You know, I just go to do an episode here on a show and do one episode there, and then that's just where I'm at right now, basically.
Yeah, man, break it in, making it happen. But you had a great role in this one, which is great because you like. It's an interesting character because you could guess. You're like, well, that character doesn't seem like a good boyfriend. That's a bet. But to guess that he was part of a like killer ring of killers, I didn't catch that. Like when he showed up at the end, I'm like, oh, well, maybe he's here to help. Like he may be like not great for her, but he's here to help, right? And it's like, no. Part of the child murder ring. You're like, oh no, oh, and it had you guessing to the end. It was a good twist. Is it fun to play a bad guy?
Yeah, it's you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, it is more fun. It's just I'm not really I'm a nice guy in person, and then people are like, why do you always play like the bad guy? I'm like, I don't know. It's just probably just the way I look.
And it's more fun. It's more fun.
More fun. more fun, you know. It's just I just have kind of like the scowl, you know. I don't even need to put it on. It's just there. So
You can do dark and brooding really well. That's fun. Um,
And I've heard a lot of like actors and who play in television and film say it's a lot more fun to get the audience to hate you and as it is
yeah,
to get the audience to like you. And I think that's so true. It's kind of fun
that's
to be an
true.
antagonist.
it's funny you mentioned that. That's so true. When Game of Thrones came out, the kid who played Joffrey was starting to get like pretty intense hate mail. We need to call the cops. And his co-stars, like I'm gonna blank on her name, but the woman who he basically kidnaps and tortures, who plays his wife, she's like, guys, he's really nice. It's an act. He's an actor. He's not a jerk. You don't need to threaten him with his life. He's like, he's really nice. And he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna act again if this is what it's like. But people hated him so bad. He played that character so like perfectly, so that people were just like, I hate him. I don't care that he's really a nice guy.
I know
hate him.
it's really like you don't really want to admit that you love to play bad guys, but you do. You know, it's just
in 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 getting to play in a horror movie, the rules aren't the same, especially in slashers. Like there's a set rules. The killer's never dead on the first shot. The blood flows. Getting to play in that world, and especially to be in like the final scenes of it, are you a fan of horror? Are you a fan of slashers? Like what were you drawing from going into a movie like this?
well. I'll be honest with you. When I got the audition, I purposely didn't really look into it that much. I recognized the name a bit, but I have a very good way of like kind of blocking things out. I don't even look people up when I'm about to shoot the movie or show or anything I'm in, because I don't really like to throw myself off. I just kind of like to go in there, do the job, and then once I'm done, then look at everything and see who everybody is, what they've done, I had I really didn't know it was like this remake of like this cult classic kind of series, right? I didn't know any of that, and it's stupid, right? Because it's a well-known thing. I just didn't know. I guess is before my time or something or whatever, but I quickly found out when I was there that it was, and then I'm like, it's like it's a part of that B movie 80s horror family.
It is of the holiday murder movies. When it comes to holiday horror, it is probably top of the list. Yeah, it's probably one of the best Christmas themed horror movies to come out of that era of the height of the 80s, and spawned 5 sequels, which progressively get weird.
I know, it's stupid, right? Like, how did I not connect the dots when I was auditioning for it, right? Must hit me.
No, that's good though. I mean, it keeps you fresh, and doesn't change your mind about how you're going to do it. And there's definitely, everybody has their process and their way to make it happen.
Plus, if I would have saw like a bad guy in the original Silent Night, I wouldn't be able to get that out of my head. I wanted to bring my own original take to it.
You got to, right?
Right. Absolutely. And one thing, it's actually funny you mentioned that, because when we had Martin from Blitz Berlin on a couple months ago, he kind of said something similar, that when they got the job to do the music for it, that the producer was like, yeah, you were like, we know it's a film series, but just kind of focus on just this one. And he said he didn't he said he had heard about the series,
right,
but he didn't know much. He really they just focused on the first one. And I think that's actually brilliant that you're like, I'm going to go in this with this mindset. I don't want to focus on everything, that you want to make your own original character. And I think and you did a fantastic job.
Thank you, Chase. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. we really enjoyed the movie, you know, as a reboot and remake. But the good thing is like, even though the movie is the original is very well regarded as being, you know, a cheesy good time, it's not considered a good movie. It's considered a fun movie, which this movie didn't
right,
have anything.
The original, it's like a B movie.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
not going to let anybody down. And I think that the remake swung for the fences in a way that was really entertaining. And I loved the convention of the inner monologue. The characters were great, and just everybody brought something new to it that was pretty interesting. You know, and the kills were great. So I came out of there being like, yeah, they did it. Like I didn't think, you know, I had high hopes because we had talked to all these great creators going into it, but I didn't think they were going to be able to pull off making it unique and making its own while still being good. And they nailed it. So very
very fun.
happy.
It was a very fun movie, very entertaining. It was completely original, man. Like Mike, I have to say, like, fans are probably gonna go, oh, you know. There are always going to be fans that like the original more than the remakes. But I think this movie, you know, I saw some of I saw the original. I think this movie did it justice. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go ahead, Jason.
I've seen so many people online say that they think this is that the 2025 one is actually the best one that has been ever made out of all of them. I personally think that too. I think it's the best installment.
I think as a movie, like if you're saying it has good characters, it has good things, yeah, of course. I think the original will always have that slot of like, well, it's the original, and it has a charm to it that only comes from being like, what is going on here? Killer Santa Claus? What? And this one said, yeah, if there's a killer Santa Claus, how do we make it make sense? And they did it. You know, the magic angle, whatever the curse that's going on, they never explain it. Never explain it. It is good as it is. I don't need to know where the curse came from. It cracked me up at plenty of times. It delivered, and and it came out at the right time too, just before the holidays. It was snowing a little bit the day I went and saw it. I was like, this is a perfect day to see this movie. We had a good time, and it got me out to the theater too, which not a lot of movies drove me that hard, but it was.
I know, isn't that sad? Like now you could just get a movie anytime you want, and
it's not there. They're not there long enough. I think that really is a problem. Like when a movie stayed in a theater for 3 weeks, you know, you'd hear it was good, and then you'd go, you know what? I have an afternoon. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go see it the Saturday.
Well, I just remember as a teenager, like, or as a kid or whatever, Friday night, the movie theaters would be packed. You couldn't even walk around in the outside of it, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like you'd go at like the most prime time, like during the holidays or whatever, and it'd be, you know, an average amount of people in there. And it's just like, it's just not the same, like, because of the streaming, right?
Yeah, it really has changed everything.
I mean, I was telling Aaron, Thursday night, I went and saw the new 28 Years Later. Woo. And I remember just pulling into the theater, and, you know, usually used to 10, 15 years ago, Thursday preview night, be packed, be people waiting out in lines outside the theater. I pulled up into the theater. There were maybe 25, 30 cars in the parking lot. And I was thinking, I was like, I bet you they're all here to see. I bet everyone who's here right now is here to see the new 28 Years Later. And I think I was right, because there were maybe 30 people in the entire auditorium. And there was no one in concessions. So, yeah, it's kind of sad to see. But, I mean, when you hear something like New Year's Eve Stranger Things, when they released that in theaters, I was reading reports, people were lined out the door.
Yeah.
Shows were selling out. I mean, that's nice to hear. I think that kind of keeps a little bit of hope in me.
Yeah.
So 2025 was a pretty dang good year for horror. And something I want to do today is just kind of talk about some of the movies that came out, whether you see them or not, that's fine. Just bringing up some of the ones that really hit well. I don't really have a list of like what came out when, but one of the ones that like really got me pumped. And I was late to the game on it, but Final Destination Bloodlines was one of the ones that I saw. I saw it at home, but I was so pumped about how well that movie turned out because I love the series, but I was like, how good is like the sixth film in a series, sixth film in a series?
I gotta tell you guys, I gotta be honest. I did audition for that one.
I bet you auditioned for half of these, man. It's like you're the perfect age for it. You got the look.
Yeah, he did a great job. Yeah, he's a good Vancouver actor. I think he's from Vancouver. Yeah, no, that's it. The Final Destination series is it's great. You know, my favorite one personally. Well, the first one is great, but the third one
with the roller coaster, is
yeah,
that one? Yeah. Oh, the third one has the best like person you can't wait to die. The creepy guy who he gets killed by his own car, but he's got like the video camera and he's like running around. It's like you just can't wait for him to die. he's just such a scumbag the whole movie, and then you're like, I
love playing scumbags.
Yeah,
I would love to play a scumbag like that in the Final Destination, where everybody just wants to see you just die.
Just rooting for it to happen, and then it happens. Everybody goes, "Yeah, got him!" Yeah, third one's great. I was just really impressed with this one, just because I didn't know where they could go, and they went all over with new things. Tony Todd farewell was just a tearjerker.
Beautiful.
But some amazing kills. The trash truck kill was so innovative. The MRI machine with all this shit coming out of the vending machine. I was blown away by it. And some great misdirection too. Like they did a good job making you think, oh, this is what happened. And then you thought this guy died, and then he shows up in the next scene. You're like, wait, I thought he was dead. And they're like, nah, we're tricking you. I loved it. It was fantastic. Chase, what about you? What was one that hit for you?
I wanted to be obvious and say weapons, but I'm going to go a little different. I'm going to say, and not necessarily totally horror, but kind of horror adjacent, just based on, who wrote the original book, The Long Walk. I thought that was an absolutely wonderful movie, a tearjerker.
Yeah.
That was shot in Winnipeg as well.
Dang. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So much stuff is shot in Winnipeg.
That's
what me and Aaron were talking about, because he was talking about filming in New York and telling me the stories. And I was like, now it's like obvious why whenever a film set in New York, like Scream 6 or Jason Takes Manhattan, they always take it to Vancouver, just I guess to avoid the crowd.
Yeah, I mean it's so funny because they'll film like a week in New York proper and then be out of the country for the rest of it, just because it's a pain. It was such a pain. Long Walk was devastating. Mark Hamill, man,
Brilliant.
I will always be a Luke Skywalker fan, but I don't think he gets enough credit for the villains roles he plays. I mean, the Joker. In the animated series, holy cow! And then like to be the one of the villain characters.
He's the voice of any cartoon Joker. Like he's the number one.
It's just been the best. Yeah, absolutely crushed it as a Joker. Yeah, Long Walk was bleak. Real bleak. Oh, we had a lot of bleak ones. Yeah, we had a lot of
the way they talk in that movie, they kind of have like their own language, right? It's kind of I don't know.
Yeah, it makes it feel lived in. It makes it feel like it makes them feel like it makes it feel real. When you can do that, like other movies that have things like
no, I mean like from the book, like the book and the way they talk to each other, it's very I don't know, Stephen King, he just made them their conversation between each other. Maybe I'm reading the wrong one, because I remember something I got sent from my agent about it, and the way the dialogue is between all the characters, they kind of talk weird. Is that true? I never saw the movie.
I wouldn't say. It certainly is weird. I mean, but it's
weird movie.
It's very familiar. I don't know. It just gives it a very. It feels like it feels like a world that is close to ours, but obviously different.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
a world where they make people do this. It's much like the Hunger Games. You know, they have words and turns of phrases that you understand them, but it is a different world. It's a parallel universe in a sense, which is great. You know,
yeah, that's exactly, you nailed it on the head. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. Were there any horror films that you saw this year that really struck you as being rad?
Yeah, the weapons movie was good.
Yeah.
Notoriously, I had a bad experience at Weapons. I got in an altercation with some high school students.
That's funny.
They were making a ruckus, and I told them to be quiet, and then they kept going, and I got them kicked out, and then they waited for me outside the movie theater and chased me in their car. And I had to go for a jog, man. It was definitely, and it definitely ruined the movie for me. And I was like, everybody's like, it's really good. I was like, it seemed good. I was too pissed off to care.
It's actually funny
every
when
time
I got
you watch it, you're gonna have PTSD. That's all you're gonna think of.
Those damn kids! I'm just gonna hear that fart machine. They had a sound machine that was like and like making fart noises.
Which, I actually, when I got it on Blu-ray, it came with a digital code, and the first thing I did was take a picture of it and send it to Aaron. And I was like, "Here, now you can watch the movie in peace without worrying about teenagers."
That's much appreciated. Yeah. Really well done though. I love any movie that messes with timelines and how you tell a story. Like story convention is so interesting to me. Like Memento, famously, let's go backwards. Cool. You know, Pulp Fiction, we're going to jump around. The way they did that for a horror movie is great, because I think horror movies are hard to do that with, because the nature of the genre. But I thought they did a brilliant job, because at the end of the day, when you find out what it is, if you didn't do that in a weird way, that story is very straightforward. Oh, she's a witch and she kidnapped kids. Yeah. And then the teacher saves them. Yep. Oh, okay. Well, all right, I guess. But it's like the way they jumbled around is what made it more interesting than all of its parts.
I haven't seen her in a while. I know I saw her in Uncle Buck, and then it's really all I remember her from. And then she just has like this breakout role, like
just incredible, right?
To revive her career almost.
Oh yeah.
I hear they're doing like a prequel. They want to see where she came from, which I'll watch her. You know, she was wild. Yeah. Aunt Gladys.
Very, very creepy in a good way.
Yeah, and here she was, like you mentioned, the actress hadn't really done anything, had a significant role in, I'd say, probably 35 years. And then
I'm sure she's done stuff, but nothing like that pops out to my head, right?
Right. And then here she is now. I mean, she's getting Oscar buzz for playing Aunt Gladys. She just won, I think, the Critics' Choice Award. And here she is, that she's probably one of the most talked about actresses of last year, which I think is awesome.
Next to the dog from Good Boy.
A lot of horror actors, they don't get that many Oscars.
No, it's too bad that it's still, after all these years, it's the genre that is one of the most popular genres, but still gets the least respect for its acting. And we had some incredible performances this year. I mean, Aunt Gladys alone was phenomenal, but Jacob Elordi, who I guess I don't know what award it was, after or something like that, he got beat by the dog from Good Boy, which I was like, the dog shouldn't even be in the conversation. He was a phenomenal movie. Like, don't get me wrong, Good Boy was amazing. It's a haunted house movie from the dog's point of view. Amazing. That dog should get all the bones and the pets and the loves and the belly rubs.
Frankenstein was great, you know. That was shot in Canada as well.
Canada,
Toronto, I think it was.
I gotta move. If all the movies are getting made there now. Frankenstein was also spectacular. We definitely talked about that but like next month we got The Bride coming. And one of my two favorite actors, Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley in it. I'm very excited for The Bride. I'm almost more excited for The Bride than I was for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. That's a tall order. Just because I think The Bride's going to be weird, and I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's another one I watched the other day. A really good horror actress. She's in so many good movies. I think her name's Micah Monroe.
Yeah, fantastic actress. Fantastic. She was Longlegs.
Yeah, it was called Something in the Cradle or something. It was really
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yeah, you saw that?
I saw the original.
It's a remake. I didn't know that. Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's the original's from like the 70s though. But yeah, Micah Monroe.
You gotta watch the storyline in that was so good.
Oh, Raul Castillo. He's in this season of Walking Dead that I was just in. I just worked with him. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Great cat. Martin Starr. This is a great cast. Ricky Lindholm.
Oh, man, you're gonna love it.
Look at this cast. Ricky Lindholm was just in Queens of the Dead that we just talked about. What a cast! Wow, look at this. And it's solid movie though.
I don't know if it came out in 2025.
I believe
it did. I just looked it up. Yep.
Okay, good.
I love Mary Elizabeth Winstead too. So, It Follows, Longlegs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she really has been doing some good stuff. Oh man, Watcher. Watcher is really that Chase turned me onto that one. It's like kind of an updated version of Rear Window.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, I would highly recommend.
I've seen all her movies. I'm a huge fan of hers.
Oh, awesome. Now, actually, you're getting ready to. Speaking of horror movies that's coming out, you're getting ready to appear in a horror movie I'm really looking forward to. It's coming out next month called Psycho Killer. So tell us, what was that like working on that? Because that's from the same producers of Barbarian and Weapons, and it's also from the same screenwriter of Seven.
Yeah, well, I play not as big of a part as in Silent Night, Deadly Night, but I play her husband's, like one of her husband's friends that is a cop as well. And I just, I don't know if I could say this. I think it's in the trailer anyway, but something happens with her husband, and I go to inform her, and I have, a couple of scenes with the main actress in it, Georgina Campbell. She's great. Like, Barbarian was a great movie. She's a great actress, and it's going to be pretty big. I mean, it's it's looking forward to that one.
Nice.
That one, Aaron, I don't know if you've seen the trailer for it, but they're kind of doing the Weapons, Longlegs, Barbarian thing where they keep it very vague. And it's just like the trailer, it's just, they don't give too much away, but it's just so intense. A lot of flashes, imagery, like just coming at you nonstop. And it's just like, whoa, this looks awesome. Like, I can't wait to see it. It's just one of those things. I think they're doing a brilliant job marketing it just because they're keeping it so vague, but they're also making, like, the trailers are also really creepy and intense. So I'm really looking forward to watching that when it comes out.
Oh yeah. It's pretty, Silent Night, Deadly Night. It was a very fun horror, but it had some very dark elements to it as well. I would say the Psycho Killer, that's just a straight fucking, like, serious slasher, just.
I mean, you got Malcolm McDowell in it, man. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this the picture alone looks creepy as hell. Very exciting. I'll have to give that a shot. Yeah, trailers have got. we went through a weird period where like the trailers gave everything away, and I love older trailers. They're just like, you must see this movie, and it just gives you a taste enough to make you go what, and then you went in pretty blind. But like, yeah, especially comedies, it was like, here's all the jokes. Horror movies, here's half the kills in the movie. And you're like, wow, that Redbound trailer.
I don't really like watching too much of the trailer. Like if I really don't know anything about it and I need something just to get me into it, then I'll watch a bit of it. But if I watch the full thing, I'm like, oh, okay, well, 70% of it I could already kind of guess how it's going to go.
Right? And that's always such a bummer.
It's like that Frank Costanza when he's like, I want to go in fresh.
Yeah. One of the ones that I went in super fresh to, I didn't even see a trailer. I just went because everybody started texting me and was like, you need to go see this right now, was The Substance. And I saw that so blind, purely. I just, you know, your friends love you when they're like, hey, I just saw the grossest thing I've ever seen and thought of you. You got to go right now. Don't even just whatever you're doing, stop and go see this movie. And I started getting multiple, like so many of those texts, everybody just being like, oh, I vomited in a movie theater and thought of you. Go see this movie. I'm like, what do you guys think of me? This is wild. So I went and saw it, and it was, that was cinema ecstasy. I came out just reeling with excitement, how much I love that movie, how weird it was, how gross it was, body horror on the big screen, just perfection, and also hilarious in a dark way. And I was just thrilled that got Oscar buzz, and she lost to the younger version of a girl who looks kind of like her, which just made the story make more sense. And I so brutal. Oh, weird time. Yeah,
it's called Substance, right?
The Substance. And like I'm a big fan of body horror, you know, like really weird, gnarly Cronenberg-y stuff. And it's Demi Moore takes
I remember that one.
Demi Moore takes a shot, and a younger version of her crawls out of her back, and it's like, that is so gnarly. It was great.
Actually, I worked. I had kind of a small part, but I was there for 2 days on this movie called War Machine, and Dennis Quaid was in it.
Oh, wow!
I have a scene with Alan Richardson and Dennis Quaid. You know, I'm just kind of one of the guys, like, you know, instructing them, like that. You know, I can't give it away, but it's just, I'm part of this anyway. But yeah, it was funny. Like I was working on another project, and then I went to War Machine the next day, and I didn't sleep because it was like, one was a night shoot and then the other was the morning shoot. So I went straight to the War Machine one. I was tired. I didn't sleep for like 24 hours, and then it was like at 7 a.m, and Dennis Quaid just walks right past me. I'm like, it's just such a trip. Like I was like, like, what the fuck? Like I was like up for like 30 hours, and then he just like walked right past me, and he had so much energy, and I'm like, how the fuck does he do it? Like have so much energy like that, you know? Like he must be like used to not even sleeping.
I mean, it must be infectious.
They shot most of it in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then they came to Canada, and then I got just a part where I was just there for a couple of days. I didn't even have that much lines. And then he's like, like just walking around at like 7 a.m, like just full of energy, and he looked great. Like,
probably running on 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah. And then, anyway, back to your point. Like he was funny in that movie.
Yeah.
Right?
The shrimp scene.
Oh, he was hilarious.
Just as gnarly as any of the other stuff. It's just him eating shrimp, but they made it so gross. Chase,
you just played such a repulsive fucking asshole in it.
It's great. Chase, what's another one that hit for you in a year of big hits?
I'm gonna go to one we talked about
Yeah.
earlier in a few episodes. One I got you to watch because it's super depressing. Bring Her Back.
Bring Her Back. Bleak, but stellar. Holy cow. The Philippines, the directors of this who did Talk to Me. This was their second outing, and holy cow. Bleak, vicious, dark, but incredibly well acted. Sally Hawkins, there's another performance. And I mean, Sally Hawkins, again, phenomenal actress in a lot of great horror movies, but this movie was such a standout for her. Really, really creepy. And yeah, it sticks with you. That's one that sticks to your ribs, man. That one was dark.
What'd you guys think about the Black Phone 2? I haven't seen it yet.
I liked it. I thought it was really good. And the thing was, you've seen the first one though, right?
Yeah, the first one was amazing.
Amazing. But so when they announced the sequel, because the thing is, my biggest problem with a lot of modern films, I feel like there's a lot of sequels being made to films that don't need sequels. And that was one of those things. I thought The Black Phone 2 was a brilliant film, could have just stood on its own.
Yeah.
Then when they announced the second one, I was kind of like, ugh. Like, I was a little worried. I was just like, where do they go from here? But I thought, since you hadn't seen it yet, I don't want to give it too much spoiler.
Well, I know his character died in the first one, so
yeah.
I was a little disappointed that his character was dead. You know, I just love he did such a great job. I love the fact that his character died. For me, and again, I haven't seen the movie, but for me, it felt like, it's not as exciting now because he's like a spirit, right? But a lot of people are saying they loved it and it was great.
Yeah, the direction they're taking it with this new one, I think they could it could kind of be this generation's Nightmare on Elm Street. If they keep going forward, I thought the way they kind of handled bringing him back and everything, I thought like some of the elements in it were handled really well. And honestly, here I was skeptical of them doing a second one. I think if they do a third one, I will be very excited, as opposed to where I was kind of like, why are they doing this when they announced the second one?
Yeah. I have been waiting to watch it with my wife because when I was in Boston, she's like, that's one I want to watch with you. And I was like, okay. And now I've waited so long. I'm like, let's watch it. I need to see it. I'm very excited.
I honestly, I heard it was really good. Really good. So
yeah, I think since you like the first one, I think if you kind of go into it, just watch it. I think you'll probably end up, from most people who ended up watching it, ended up really loving it. And I was very happy, especially since I was very skeptical of a sequel to begin with. I was like, okay, the way they handled this direction was really cool.
Right.
So an actor who I think off of a performance last year could be nominated for two Oscars. Michael B. Jordan playing Smoke and Stack from Sinners. David, did you see this one?
I saw about 30 minutes of it, but it was in bad quality on my streaming box, so I wanted to wait till it was, HD quality to watch it. But I heard it was good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, unbelievable. I think my vote for best horror of last year, not only because the characters are so good, but because of just really cool vampire story, really interesting. The use of music is just impeccable. And you got Buddy Guy in your movie. Come on. I was so excited to see Buddy Guy, who is one of just the OG legend blues master,
right. Yeah.
To be in the movie, even in a cameo position. It's like they just the use of music. Very rarely does a movie just infuse itself with music in a way that just draws you in completely and surrounds you with it. And I was just very impressed with all of its messaging. Just Sinners for me was probably my favorite of last year.
Absolutely. Now, David, a question we like to ask like all our guests when they're on here So like, what was like the movie as a horror fan? Like, what's like your favorite horror movie, or like a horror movie that got you into the genre, like made you a fan?
Well, I always kind of like. I'll be honest. I kind of like thriller more.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you could consider Silence of the Lambs like a horror thriller.
Oh, it's a
100%.
horror.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Funny you
think
mentioned that.
That one changed the game for because I think she got nominated for an Oscar, right? For that.
They both did.
They both won. Her and Anthony Hopkins.
I think it's some type of fact. I could be wrong. It was the only movie that won. The only, I guess, horror movie that won Best Picture, right?
Shape of Water. Until Shape of Water, yeah.
And then obviously, I kind of think, well, it's not really a horror, but The Dark Knight, too. It was kind of a very dark Batman thriller. That's not really horror, but
you got the joke. You got the Heath Ledger Joker, who kind of is. I mean, even though it's more kind of a superhero dark action,
it's not really horror.
Yeah, I mean, Heath Ledger's Joker is kind of a slasher inspired. I mean, you got to.
It's pretty dang creepy. I will give you that.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs is incredible. It's funny though because I often argue the point that what makes a thriller versus a horror, and to me the horror is when
I know one.
When you have to Insidious.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a great one.
Insidious was great.
All of them are great, man. Like way better than The Conjuring too, in my opinion.
Really? Yeah. We just did we should do an Insidious series, but we did a huge Conjuring series where we watched them all, and like the first one's great, and the last one's actually pretty solid too. And the ones in the middle have moments, but it is an interesting series because it's like the people they're based off of are not representative.
They're like the same, really. They're the same, but like
I would say Insidious is kind of more consistent, like tonally and everything, especially where it kind of has the same kind of villainous kind of ghost demon characters. And honestly, I think the jump scares are.
Yeah, like The Conjuring, I found like, okay, so this is based off of like what people said is a real story, right? Like based off two people, right?
Yeah.
So we don't really know what was fabricated, what not, but like, so that's always in the back of my mind. I'm like, okay, how much of this is made up from these two people, trying to sell a book or trying to sell a movie or whatever, at least with the Insidious, it's a movie, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's not in the back of my mind, if I'm being honest,
No, it's true because I mean I did a lot of when we did our series, I did a lot of looking into the truth and what's real and what's not in the stories. And it's like in Conjuring 2, they have them show up to like stop the Enfield haunting and like help get rid of this poltergeist. In reality, they showed up and the city of Enfield was like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody wants to talk to you. And they kicked them out within like one day. And the whole movie is like them bouncing around trying to solve this problem, solve this poltergeist. You're like, that didn't happen at all. And then The Devil Made Me Do It. It's like this guy gets arrested for stabbing his landlord. That really happened. And then they have what are the Conjuring people's names, Chase? What are
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah. The Warrens, who were real people, showed up and they're like, you should plead demon possession. And the judge said, get the fuck out of here. You can't plead demon possession. Get out of here. But the movie like had them like looking for evidence to try to prove that he was demon possessed.
That's all the Conjuring movies. Because if you read the stories about the real alleged hauntings in all the Conjuring movies, pretty much what I read, all the Warrens did would basically just either show up, the town were like, get the fuck out. Yeah. Or they would just go in, look around. Yep, you guys are haunted. Then they leave and write a book about it.
Even the first one, which is based on a true story. Like, so they showed up and this poor woman who obviously has mental health issues. She's like, I need an exorcism. They're like, you need an exorcism. And her husband punches Ed Lorraine out, gets a restraining order. Get the fuck off my property. Literally punched this dude's lights out and sent him packing. And they wrote a book about it and never paid them a cent for it.
Wow.
Yeah. The Conjuring is a very funny series because you're like, it's based on people who are kind of scumbags.
Yeah.
But, look, the movies are very entertaining. I can't knock that.
Sinister 2 is really good.
Sinister, yeah.
Sinister, yeah.
Back to the one that was good. Sinister was good. Sinister 2 was good. Those are good. They have great atmosphere. The first one genuinely was creepy with the boogeyman stuff was creepy. Very rarely does a movie make you like, I can't wait till the sun comes up because this is
Drag Me to Hell. Have you guys seen that one?
Classic Sam Raimi, man.
That one's awesome.
So him and Sam Raimi and Peter Jackson invented what I call splat stick, which is horror comedy that's just dumping blood on people, vomiting maggots in their face, blood spraying everywhere.
That's the one with Drag Me to Hell's the one with Justin Long, right?
Yeah.
Creepers 2 was great. The first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jeep Creepers was good. Justin Long is a horror staple at this point, which is so funny because he always plays such a dweeb, and then to see him in Barbarians is like just being a jerk, like,
just randomly showing up in Weapons too, which I thought was hilarious.
So our producer Mazer brought up the one that I was going to say next, which is this is the one that I've talked the most about, and it's Companion. And I'm a huge sci-fi fan, and I love Blade Runner. I mean, I got a Blade Runner poster right next to me, my Blade Runner poster. And when it comes to movies about sentient robots, I could not believe how interesting Companion was. And
wait, before we go too far, David, have you seen Companion?
No, I haven't. No.
Then I'm not gonna spoil it. It's really good.
It's one I recommend go in blind.
That's what Chase made me go see it blind, and it pays off. Yeah.
Is it new or is it been out for a while?
2025.
Came out I think early 2025. But it's one of those. The first trailer they released for it was very vague. And then I was like, oh, this sounds good. Then they released the second trailer, and I think they kind of revealed a lot more than they should have. And that was like, oh, man, imagine the big reveal, which I'm not going to name it. It's kind of shown 30 minutes into the film. I was like, oh, how much more impactful would that have been if they had not revealed that in the second trailer?
Yeah. Really good. Really good. The Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher, fantastic duo.
Also from the same producers of Weapons and Barbarian. So I know you said you loved Weapons. So I would highly recommend checking that one out because it is a lot of fun. And it kind of has that kind of same horror mixed with a lot of humor in. And that's what I like about those. I know you said where Psycho Killer is very dark, straightforward horror.
It's dark. Yeah, it's dark. I read the script. It's bad. Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that'll be a very popular one come next month. I think nobody really knows about it yet, which is kind of strange. It's kind of like hidden a bit.
I bring this up a lot when people are talking about like I never even saw the trailer, and it's like because we work so hard to avoid advertisements. I pay money to not be given advertisements on many of my streaming services.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, advertisements includes trailers. And so I don't see trailers unless I seek them out, unless somebody's like, did you see the trailer? And it's like, yeah, even on like the only social media I use, like Instagram every now and then, I don't see a lot of trailers. So it's like, I think movies don't know how to market to people anymore because we avoid being marketed to, which if they said, hey, If you pay $13, you get no ads. But if you paid like $12 or $10, we'll send you movie trailers. I'd be like, sign me up. I'll watch a movie trailer. I'll watch any movie trailer you want to send me if it doesn't spoil it. But yeah, I think we live in a time where, because we avoid marketing aggressively, movie trailers unfortunately suffer that same fate.
Yeah, like, you know, when you go on Netflix or whatever, and then it goes showing next month or showing whatever. Yeah. Like, that's the best advertising in my opinion, because you're right. Like, people just don't. You have low attention spans. They don't want to look at ads or anything anymore, which I get.
Absolutely.
Which
I'm cheap, so I pay for the ads. So.
Yeah, you know what? I miss toy ads a lot. I miss seeing like even as an adult. I have a 5-year-old, so like sell to me. Don't sell to her. She doesn't have the money. Sell to me. Show me how cool that puppy when you pull the string and he barks is, because I'll go, my kid's gonna love that. You know, she's just gonna be like, Daddy, I want the dog. I'm like, get out of here, kid. You know, stop it. But like, if you tried to sell that stuff to the people who hold the wallet, like that would make sense. But I don't. Nobody knows how to sell to anybody anymore. There's no like collective space for it, and we've which, you know what? Fine, let them be lost. But it does suck that movies suffer from that.
There's one thing though that, like, I know you guys can remember, you know, and I'm not that old, but when I was a kid, at least I do remember. There's something special about when you catch a movie on TV, or you're waiting for a movie to come on TV, and then, you know, a commercial comes up, so you go to the washroom or you do whatever, and then you go back to it. You know, just that there's something special. It makes the movie more kind of, you appreciate it more than everything being so convenient now. With like, you just turn it on, turn it off. You know what I mean? Remember that feeling of like, you know, you're watching a movie and then a commercial and then movie.
I would record the movies on VHS so I could fast forward through the commercial.
Yeah, not much, I know. So
well, but like my first
the nostalgia movie, of like, you know,
my physical media collection
kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
100%. And it's funny you mentioned that, because you mentioned Silence of the Lambs, which is one of my all-time favorite films. That's actually how I got to watch it the first time, was on cable television, you know, with the commercial break. So you're kind of like, in between the break, you're kind of like, oh shit, what's going to happen next? So that was like my first experience. And then you go out, again, I'm showing my age here. You go out to the video rental store, rent it to watch it uninterrupted with the blood and the good stuff put in without it being cut out for television.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that is kind of missing, especially, you know, we talked about previous episodes where there were a lot of films that are considered classics now, like John Carpenter's The Thing, that were flops, that bombed at the box office, but because they were getting shown on television, because of video rental stores, they found their audience. And unfortunately, I think we don't really get that anymore, because now with streaming, there's so many streaming services. There's so much availability and options. Everything just kind of seems to get lost at the shuffle.
Yeah, it's true. Too much choice people have.
Yeah.
I mean, you also had in the era of like pre-cable, when movies would play on TV, they had to change all the lines. So like Snakes on a Plane is like, I've had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. You're like, what? There's just a lot of them, you know. They're this is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps from Big Lebowski. Like they were just so many like hilarious line replacements that it was badly dubbed in.
One of my favorites is Halloween 2. I have the Screen Factory 4K of it, and there's two different options. There's the theatrical option, and then there's the television option, where it has like a few extra scenes to kind of fill out the television block. But the thing is, it's edited. They cut out all the cursing, and there's one scene in the theatrical where they go, "You're full of shit." The person goes, "You're full of sugar," and it's
yeah, like
makes no sense.
That's great. I I'm glad that we don't have to do that anymore. But yeah, the made for TV, when they ported it to TV, cut scenes out or added scenes, it was like, I don't know. You always felt it. You
Depends
felt
on the
real.
mood, you know. It's nice once in a while, I would say, you know, but sometimes, yeah, 90% of the time you just want to skip through that shit and just watch your movie, right?
Yeah. And again, I think that's where it kind of goes back to my point, like with Silence of the Lambs. My first time watching it was edited for television. So like I think the next time I went to the video rental store, I sought it out and rented it so I could actually watch it fully without any interruptions. And you end up growing to appreciate it. And I think that's kind of why that's kind of what we're missing now.
Definitely. Well, dang it, we went over a half hour, as we so often do. Turns into the hour of horror, as we always happens. David, thanks for coming, man. This was fun. I love talking horror. We love talking to people who have been in movies that we liked. I hope you had a good time, man. Are you what are you looking forward to next year? Do you have any, like you said, Psycho Killer coming out? You excited about that? Anything else that you want to plug? Any projects that you're working on?
Sorry, you paused there for a sec. It was getting all glitchy.
My bad. Yeah, we were like, oh no, it's glitching out. Yeah, we were saying we're really glad that you came. We hope you had a good time.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, just Psycho Killer. You know, 20th Century Studios. That's going to be huge. You know, I hope everybody goes to watch it. You know, I got a couple of scenes in there, so that's always great. You know. I'm in this season 2. I don't know if you guys watched the show Cross or not, but the Alex Cross series.
Very cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm in an episode of that, and then I mean, I play coming up. Nick Canales. That's going to be out in theaters with some big stars in that. I, again, don't have a huge part, but I'm in it, so that's great. And then
not yet.
War Machine, you know, like I mentioned, a couple of other things. You know, I'm always just kind of just auditioning, and you know, on to the next one. So
absolutely. Well, we really appreciate it. We wish you best of luck. Where can people follow you if they're wanting to keep track of what you're going on? I'm not big on Instagram, but if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's David Tomlinson. You can find me on there. Great.
Awesome.
And Chase, plugs.
Yeah, thank you, David, for coming on. We'd love to have you back. Go see Psycho Killer. I think February 20th is when it comes out in theaters. So yeah, everyone go see Psycho Killer. Go see David on the big screen. And Silent Night, Deadly Night, which I got a notification on Amazon that the Blu-ray comes out next month.
Great.
Get the Blu-ray if you hadn't seen it. I'm pretty sure it's coming to VOD and streaming soon. So watch that when that comes out. And of course, see me here every Saturday with you, Aaron, on Half Hour of Horror. You can follow me on Instagram, Letterboxd, and Blue Sky at Oh Hey It's Chase. And again, thank you, David, so much for coming on.
Oh yeah,
thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it.
We got to give away some blood coin though. So as usual, we got to come up with a word for our listeners to type in for our block of horror in world currency. The blood coin word for today. Oh, Chase, help me out here. I'm blanking. Community, help me out here. What would be a good word? What is encapsulating?
You know what? In honor of David's villainous character in Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah.
Let's go with Max.
Heck yeah. Love that. All right. We're putting it up. Show. Blood coin keyword Max. If you open up a ticket in our Discord, type in the word Max. Thanks for helping me out, guys. I was blanking. I was like complete brain fart. I was zened, like, you know. So that's perfect. And go watch Silent Night, Deadly Night. It should be coming out on streaming soon, right? Like if it's not already,
Oh yeah,
check it out.
it's going to be very popular when it hits that streaming, especially next December or this coming December. I'd say.
Yes. No, it's
absolutely.
absolutely going in my rotation because there's not enough holiday horror films. So it will be watched multiple times in my household. So we're pretty
Same.
stoked on it.
Same.
Yeah. And yeah, guys, I'm back. I'm going into post now. Walking Dead season 3 will be very exciting. So as that keeps going, I can't wait for that.
Congratulations on that, Aaron. That's great.
Thank you.
Walking Dead is so amazing.
It's been so fun, man. I've been working for Walking Dead for about 8 years now. So since season 9 of the flagship series, and then getting to work on the spinoffs, it's a dream job, man. I get to play with zombies and blow their heads up, and it's fun. So working on post now. It's going to be great. And yeah, tune in here next week. Half Hour Horror. Thanks, y'all.